Well, Chapter 6 then looks at televisual power and at ways in which television has power over us, but also at ways in which we have power over television. Well, I'm running out of time here, so I'm really going to have to race through this chapter right now. But to give a quick list of some of the issues discussed, I start by looking at television entertainment as an agent of normalization, as something that can convince us that what we see on the screen is normal, or average, or, quote, the way it is. I then, though, counter that by looking at how television entertainment can also prove powerful by challenging scripts of normalization, and thus by giving us new ways to see things, or simply telling us that previous ideas of the norm are incorrect. Well, another key power of TV entertainment is a symbolic power, as it often lays claim to being at the center of society, having access to society, and being the sort of necessary filter through which we must experience all of society. And I draw on Nick Couldry's very important work on what he calls the myth of the mediated center to challenge this claim to symbolic power. Well, next, I turn to regulation and media policy as a way of controlling and limiting television's power, or has been more recently been the case, as a way of extending TV entertainment's powers, or at least the power of the ownership behind TV. Well, I then look at how TV's power is distributed unevenly in space, and I examine the geography of TV power, albeit briefly. And finally, I close by discussing our powers as viewers over TV entertainment. I wanted to end on that note because hopefully, knowing that students are going to be using this, I want them to think about ways in which they have power over television, ways that go beyond just being able to change the channel or turn the TV off. There are many other ways in which they could have power. And I sort of wanted the book to end on that note. Well, anyway, I apologize for racing through these last chapters, and particularly this one, but I've been struggling to keep this under 40 minutes, and I think I'll just succeed. I hope this has been very helpful. If you have any other questions about the book's content, by all means email me at jongray@fordham.edu. That's John Gray at fordham.edu. Or stick around and ask some questions now. Thanks for coming, and I truly hope that I've helped to translate your second life interest in the book to a first life interest.